Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Laura with Stitchin with Laura. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's having a great weekend and a great Sunday. Well, and I hope you all had a great Christmas, if that's what you celebrate. Well, today, as promised, I will be starting the Santa that goes up towards the moon and there's houses. I will put a picture in there, like right before everything, just so you can see it in better detail. You can almost catch the details here. This is 53 by 70, and it is 11 count, which I just adore. I just love how the packages are falling out of the sleigh, and the houses are down below. It's just a cool, cool picture. And I got this from my friend Phyllis, and she said she would like to do a stitch along because due to circumstances, she had 3 copies of this. She sent me 2, one for me to start and one to give away. And as you know, on Tuesday, I'll be giving, or we've already given it away. I can't remember. So much has happened this week. It's just outrageous. Just totally outrageous. But anyway, she would like to start a stitch along with this. So if you would like to join us, she did get this from DP Clubs. And that's dpclubs.com, and they have lots of beautiful, beautiful things. As you can tell, I have reviewed them as well. So, yeah. So if you'd like to join us, get your copy. There's no rush, because you know me, I'm like so terrible at stitch-alongs. But we're going to try. We got this, and we've got the European town coming up, so if you'd like to join us, and just go for it, and you'll probably finish it before me. So, but I'm gonna start on it, and I'm starting right down here at the bottom in this blue area. It didn't look too terribly confettied, but yeah. And I've got to get, and here's all the beautiful colors. It comes with lots of extras. Let's see if I can get this without dropping anything. But I'm just going to briefly show you the pictures. Whoops. There's some more red. That is 920. I do that every time. It reminds me of 221, which is my favorite red. But look at all these beautiful, gorgeous, gorgeous colors. There are 41 colors in here. But just look at, there's purples and reds and dark purples and golds and oranges and of all varieties and greens. Just awesome sauce. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I just love this. So this will become my new Christmas stitch. I know. It is. Let me put this all away, because, you know, things happen to me all the time. But look at those blues. Oh, just to die for. And we're using this one, I think, right here. I'll tell you here the number. Let me get rid of the crinkly bag. I do have a big bag that I can put this in, because it's long and skinny, and it'll fit. And this is some of that nice thinner canvas, which is easier to work with, especially with my hands. And I don't have my... Hang on. All right, I'm back. I had to go get my hand lotion. This is Nivea Breathable Nourishing Body Lotion. Fresh Fusion. I use this stuff all the time. I have a problem with my hands. If I put hand lotion on my hands sweat. Especially with, what is that stuff? I can't think. I don't remember. But I use this one, and it just, my hands just sweat for hours, because it's good for 72, 48 hours. But this stuff goes on, and it's very lovely. Very, very lovely. And it just absorbs into your hands. Doesn't leave a residue. It's not greasy. It's awesome. Trying to get you straight here. All right. Now that we're ready to stitch, I know you'd think I'd get my... Oh, this desk has got to go today. I can't take it anymore. Every time I touch this desk, yeah, don't mind all my diamond painting stuff here. It's all stacked up over here. I need a little thing to put all my little ends and stuff in, because they're just laying out and I have nothing to put them in. All right, we're here for stitching. So yeah, this week has just, it's been a week. You know, that last push before Christmas. And Thursday, I made pretty close to 12 dozen cookies. I made the sugar cookies. I only made 2 dozen of them. Enough for the, you know, the log, you know, the round thing of cookie dough by Pillsbury. I took the sugar cookies and I just put a little bit of sparkly stuff on it. I was not about the icing. Thank goodness I didn't decide to do that. And then I made a double batch of oatmeal chocolate chip cookies because both my kids love them, and so does their family. And that was something that their grandmother, that's my ex-husband's mother, used to make. And it's her recipe. So, yeah. It was bizarre. I barely could walk at the end of the day, but we got it done. I came up with 3-gallon bags, Ziploc bags, that is, of the chocolate chip cookies. And I didn't have very many of the sugar cookies. I just wanted something little that the kids could pick up. And, you know, because sometimes they're not about everything. So I got that done. And spent the rest of the evening with the ice packs on my back. It was special. And tried not to do too much of anything. So leaning over a diamond painting wasn't, you know, in my repertoire for Thursday. I did, well, that's stupid to say because I did finish the cards, the Christmas cards on Thursday. I only had like 2.5 to do. And got that done. Got those all packaged up, you know, with their gift cards and everything. So that was all ready to go. I pushed through it. I don't think I went to bed before 2 o'clock in the morning. I was just done. But you know how you're so tired that you just cannot at all sleep? And, yeah. So then Friday came. And I get up, and I had taken this recipe from YouTube, because I looked up, because remember I was going to make mini pumpkin pies. Oh, I think I've got everything. Well, there's 2 recipes on the Libby's can, for some reason. I have no idea, never saw that before. But one recipe takes sweetened condensed milk, and the other one takes evaporated milk. And that's the way we've always made it since dirt, right? So I'm going back all through all these recipes on YouTube to find that. And, yeah. So I finally decided, okay, well, I found this lady, and I have no idea. I can't even remember her name and what her site is, but she made it real easy and real simple, just using the evaporated milk. And so I've had enough to make 2... I had 2 cans of pumpkin, enough to make 2 pumpkin pies, if you will. And when she said on the thing, she said, yeah, 1 can will make, I don't know if she said a dozen or 2 dozen. I think it was a dozen. Yeah. Because that's why I made 2. And I thought, well, I really need more than 2 dozen. Yeah, so I whipped that all up. Oh, no, got to preface that. So it called for, her recipe called for, I think it was pumpkin pie spice. Of course, don't know what happened to that because I've had one of them since dirt too. And barely used it because I'm the one making the graham cracker cream pie, right? So I never make the pumpkin pie. Oh, I did when I lived in Kansas, but in the past 6 or 7 years, no. I haven't been the one to make the pumpkin pie. So there was a few things in the recipe that I had to go get. So I got dinner as well at the same time. I didn't really want to have to go to that grocery store. It was like a 3-ring circus, everybody in every direction. So I get that all done, come back, throw it all together, and I bought another one of those things that has the 2 pie crusts in it. They're already made. Yeah, I thought, well, I'm getting a little paranoid, and I really don't have to come back. Now it's Friday and the grocery store is going to close early, so I don't want to have to come back. Yeah. And she said, I think you could get 12 out of one thing of this pie crust. Well, I don't know if I didn't roll it out far enough or whatever, but I ended up using probably the first box. I finished it off right away. And then half of a second box. So I still have a whole box of those. So I'm thinking I could freeze those for some other time. I'll probably never ever use it again. But maybe, just maybe, I can make some kind of pie come summer. I'd love to make a strawberry rhubarb pie, because, gosh, I love strawberry rhubarb. But anyway, speeding right along. So, I'm making these things. Now, I had bought the muffin tins, that you throw away. So there was maybe 3. I can't remember if there was 2 or 3 in each packet. So I bought 2. So that would have been 24. And then when I was looking for something else, like that I needed, I found that I had 2 more. It's a dang good thing, because that whole thing, I get all the little pie things in. It made 33 mini pies. And not like they were hard to make or anything. You just put the dough, into your little muffin cup, and you had to spray the muffin cups. I had to buy spray because I'd never bought spray, but it wasn't about going around each one of them, right? With Crisco or whatever it is that I've used. I haven't baked anything like that for a long time. Can you tell? So, yeah, 33 mini pies. I just kept making them, and I got the 24 done, and I'm like, we're going to need more. So I got out the rest of the pie tin, or muffin tins. And I thought I was going to have to go to the backup muffin tins. We had enough for like an army. And, yeah. So now, then the deal came in. I tried to cook 2 muffin tins side by side in my Jiffy stove is what I call it. It's a toaster oven, but it's huge. I mean, it's probably, what is that, 24 inches across and about 18 inches tall. I mean, it's a fairly good size. You can cook a turkey in it if you really wanted to. Well, the first 2, I had one turned out, and then the other one, it doesn't cook as even as an oven. And as you know, my stove doesn't work because, yeah, I won't mention why. My top of my stove works, but the bottom part, yeah. Well, we had a little animal mishap in there. And no, it wasn't a kitten, but it was a mouse. I'm sorry, I told you I wasn't going to mention that. I turned on the oven, and evidently it had crawled in there and died, and it just stunk everything up. Oh, it was horrible. But yeah, so I haven't used the bottom part, the oven part of my stove since. I just like, nope, not going there. So I have this toaster oven, which is really nice. I got it the beginning of this year somewhere, because I needed a new toaster oven. And I like it for just fixing pizza or this or that, Don't want to have to turn on the oven. Anyway, it's a good thing I didn't. Speeding right along. So the first 2, one pan cooked okay. But the second pan, not so much. Somebody told me this came off, and so now I can use it as a needle minder. Isn't that great? Let me see if I can just, there we go. So we're just going to use it as a needle minder. Isn't that great? I didn't even know that that moved. It said refrigerator magnet. Okay, back to the pies. So the second one took like another 25 minutes to cook. As it was like 350 for 35 or 40 minutes, she said. Now, in my book, in my world, when my mother made pumpkin pie, she always stuck a knife in it until it came clean, and then it was done, right? Oh, yeah. So that prompted me to have to cook each one of those pans, and there was about 6 of them. I think that was about right. That I had to cook individually a half an hour to 45 minutes at a time. Yeah. So that consumed the rest of my day. Just, oh my goodness. So I finally get that done. And I had all the Christmas cards done. And so I just stitched on that one that I got. She whispered, I am the storm. We'll call it I am the storm. Yeah. Because it was easy and it was out and yeah. We have a lot of things out. This whole house needs an overhaul. So I stitched on that just for basically a little bit because the night before I didn't go to bed before 2 o'clock in the morning because I couldn't sleep. You know, worried about if I was going to get all this done. I hate doing a new recipe because, you know, it just makes me paranoid that I'm not going to get it right or something's going to go wrong. Yeah, so didn't do much of anything else on Friday. Then I get up on Saturday morning and I think, well, I got to be at my daughter's at 11. So I got up at 7 o'clock and I made a graham cracker cream pie, which is totally easy because I am not about crunching all the graham cracker to make the crust and all that. We're not doing that anymore. And yeah, so that came out. I thought I was going to have to make 2 pie fillings because sometimes those Keebler, what do you call them? The Keebler graham cracker crusts, I just think it's a little bit bigger. It probably could have used another half a recipe of that, but I wasn't going there. I slammed it together. Now, when I made the pumpkin pie stuff, her recipe called for 1 whole egg and then 1 egg yolk. So I had the 2 egg whites saved because I thought, well, I could just throw it in for the meringue. So I've had to make the meringue for the graham cracker cream pie, which had 3 eggs in it already. And you just make a vanilla pie filling. It's no big deal. It takes maybe 20 minutes to get it all together and cooked. I mean, time-based. So, yeah. I put the meringue, I beat the meringue, and I probably should have added more sugar. I don't know what happened. But it was nice and fluffy when it went into the oven, and I don't know if I had the oven too hot, but it was at 350. It's what it said for 20 minutes. So I put it in there, or not 20, for 12 minutes. And it was fine when it came out, and then it had shrunk. So, I don't know. It shrunk a little bit, but I had plenty of it, so I don't know what was wrong. But it worked fine, and everybody ate it, so. Well, at least my 2 kids, because that's what they wanted, so. Yeah. So then about 11 o'clock, well, not 11, about 10:30 or so, I called my daughter to see if there was anything else I needed to bring, and we got that all organized, and I showed up there about 11. Took me 10 minutes to get the car loaded. Oh, and in between all that, it snowed about an inch, maybe not even a whole inch. But the wind was blowing, etc., so, you know. So I had to go out there and scrape up the car before I got it in the thing, and one of the doors wouldn't open because it was one of those rainy, snowy, blowy days, you know, so I know it freezes the door, so I forgot to leave the window just cracked a bit because I have really good seals on my doors. And if you don't leave it cracked and it does that rain snow thing, then sometimes it won't come undone. It's like a, not pressure, but you know what I mean. Anyway, so I get all that loaded in the car. And I get to my daughter's. And yeah, she's trying to hold it together badly. You know, she's her mother's daughter. It's like, come on, hurry up, let's do this. So we didn't end up, everybody got to come. My son-in-law's mother, she didn't come until about 6. I don't know, she had something else going on. But that's okay. And we were all about ready to leave by then because we'd all done the thing. But everything turned out beautifully and was real happy. And it was nice to see all the grandkids, and they were having a real good time. They got to play on their games, their Nintendo Switches and stuff, and visit with my kids and my grandkids, and yeah, it was just a good time. And everything cooked up great. So we were all happy about that. Just happy about all that. It was good. And like I said, I got there about 11-ish somewhere and left about 6 o'clock-ish. And I came home and I was just absolutely full as a tick. I just couldn't eat anymore. Just yum. Too much good stuff. And I was so full and just so tired. I was just glad it was over with. You know, I just kind of collapsed. And I lay down for like an hour and a half, maybe even more or less, one way or the other. But I was just fried about worrying whether or not it was all going to turn out. I mean, I wasn't worried about her part. I was worried about my part. And yeah, so Molly and I decided we needed a nap, and I ended up not going to bed until about 2 o'clock because I watched that special concert by Adele. I love Adele. Love Adele. And it was just beautiful and just wonderful. I think it was on CBS, so if you get CBS or, what is it? Oh, come on. Paramount Plus. It was really good. So I watched that and sat there. I did a little bit of diamond painting on my, I don't know if I can do this, my rocks and orchids. So, got a little bit more done. We're working on it. Just something to take my mind off of it, you know, off of all of it, and just calm down, because it takes me a hot moment to come down off of all that. It just, I don't know if I'm just overstimulated or what, but I couldn't concentrate on stitching. I tried. I did. Finished one color, but that was about it. And then I just couldn't see straight, you know. These scissors are the worst. I don't know. Ah, I do. Let's see if we can get them sharpened. Nope, that doesn't go that way. I have to hold it that way. Do you have one of these? They're by Fiskars, and they're scissor sharpeners. And I bought this one probably last year. Excuse me. But I have another one. It's floating around somewhere. But they're lovely. And I don't use them on my gingers because I'm just scared I'll do it too hard. But these are pretty heavy duty. Let's see if that worked. Well, it's better than it was. It probably needs a little bit more, but they sharpen things really well. And I used to have one when I did quilting because I would hand cut out all my pieces on quilting. I know I have to do everything the hard way, right? So I'd always be sharpening my scissors. So that's how yesterday went, and the last 2 or 3 days. Just busy, busy, busy. And now I need to clean up the rest of the kitchen because I just didn't have the energy to clean it up the day. You know, like there's still cookie pans that need to be cleaned, and the pans I put the pies in. I was going to put my pies on this great big huge platter that I got. It's probably 14 to 16 inches across. It's maybe not that big, but it's like a turkey platter, if you will. Just huge. My hands disappear. And then I figured that it won't fit in my refrigerator. So I had 2 little smaller ones, so I took 24 of those pies. You know, because I didn't know who'd like what. And my granddaughter, she was just taken with those little pies. She just thought they were the living end. So I don't know that we'll be making those again. And if I do, I will only make one batch because it was just too much. Maybe we can have those at Christmas. Not Christmas, for a Christmas tea. And there was a recipe on YouTube for little miniature cheesecakes too, so I'd like to try that. You know, I was wondering how, you know, the Jell-O brand cheesecake mix, and you don't have to cook it because I'm not about making a what do you call it, a cheesecake from scratch that way, but I think it would make great ones if I could just find the little tartlets, you know, that you cook individually. I think that would be like lovely because it does come with a graham cracker crust, so I don't know if you could put that all together, but I can't ever find those little tartlet pans. I'm sure I could find it on Amazon, but I think those would be really good too. But I usually make that and put it in, you know, a regular 8 or 9-inch pie thing. But I add a can of the pineapple tidbits to mine because I love pineapple cheesecake. Just absolutely adore it. My mother used to make a pineapple cheesecake, and it was made with some kind of jello, maybe lemon jello. You know, and you put it together and you melt it in the cream cheese. Oh my gosh. It was to die for. So, but it was like a process, you know, and you had to let it set up because it was made of jello. And yeah, the other is more instant gratification. And then I found they used to make one by Royal, and now they make one by Jello. So I usually do that and put the pineapple in it when I make cheesecake, but I haven't done that for a while. And it's real simple to do. You just add milk and stir it up, and it makes like an instant pudding, if you will, for the cheesecake stuff. And then I just real easy put that drained pineapple in there. Oh, and yum. Just yum. I know how to make lots of things, but I don't need lots of things like that because, you know, gotta watch my waistline. But I'm the only one eating it, so it just takes a hot moment when you think about making stuff like that. I really wanted a blackberry cobbler. Oh, yeah, that would have been good too, but nope. Blackberries are always so expensive, but they had blackberries, I think 2 for $5 back here, a couple weeks ago at the grocery store. I know, we're only talking about food, aren't we? A lot of food here. And I was going to make a collar, but I changed my mind. I decided to have the blackberries on a bowl of Rice Krispies. So, had that 2 or 3 times. I just love blackberries. You used to be able to get canned blackberries, but I haven't seen them in the past couple years. So I'd get those, or I'd get, the canned Bing cherries. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Some things just aren't available anymore. And then another one of my favorites was the spiced peaches that came in a jar, and don't ask me who made them. Oh my gosh, those were so good. And I haven't been able to find them in a while either. So, just something different and off the wall. We used to get those and those apple rings. Does anybody remember apple rings that used to come in a jar? And for the life of me, I don't know who made all these things. Just had them when I was growing up all the time because we liked them. But I'm not about making apple rings or spiced peaches myself, so it was just something I bought. But yeah, back to these. I have 2 of these, and I didn't realize that magnet moved and you could use it as a thread minder. I just put it up here because I didn't want to put it on my refrigerator. I wanted it where I could see it while I stitched. So it's kind of big for a needle minder, but it'll work, and it also holds my diamond painting page back. Somebody left that in the comments. Thank you so much. I had no idea that moved. I thought, well, it's only got 1 magnet on it, Yeah, Laura doesn't pay attention too much. But it'll work just great. I wish they had that pattern, in a cross stitch, because I would buy it. See if I can get you real close. But it is so pretty. I just love those spring things, and it's got to be done on that tan Ada. I just love them. But I haven't found any new ones. So we'll just keep on doing what we're doing. Sure is a pretty color blue. It's stitching up real nice. I'm just going right along here. First I thought this thread was, this one color of thread was kind of thin, but it's stitching up just great. Sometimes you just gotta stitch it to see what it looks like, So that was how my Christmas went. And today it's going to be all about getting this desk cleaned off. Because you know what I got to find is my new book for 2022. To write all my stuff in my planner. My other one is about to the end. I think we're going to make it through this week. I mean, they had plenty of pages and stuff in it. But I know I bought another planner, for next year. But I, for the life of me, cannot remember where I set it down at. And then I got, somewhere in between, I got the bookcases, and all that had to be rearranged. And Stuff had to be put in boxes. I'll have to go to the dollar store and get 2 or 3 more tubs the same size that I got the other ones in, to keep all this stuff in, because I'm going to get rid of these, what do you call it? The ones that were about, what is that? 12, 14 inches across, that I've been putting everything else in. Gotta move that up just a bit. Yeah. They're just kind of driving me crazy, so it'd be easier to put it in one of these bigger tubs, and I can get pretty much everything into 2 tubs. That counts all the counted cross stitch and the pre-stamped cross stitch, because it's overflowing and it's just kind of driving me wild. But this desk, the desk is the worst. Yeah. Oh, and I got a ham at the grocery store when I went to get all that other stuff. They had hams on sale for 97 cents a pound, so I just got a fairly small one because there wasn't any choice. You know, I just picked out the smallest one I could. So I got a 6-pound ham, I think, for under $10, something like that. So it's in the crock pot today, and I'll have some yams with it. And green beans, because I'm not making green bean casserole. And I have some, what do you call those? Come on, tell me. Those Hawaiian rolls, you know, that everybody adores. I bought a pack of them, and I only used like 2 or 3 of them, so I threw the rest in the freezer, so that way I can get out a couple of them if I just, you know, won't have to mess with it. But oh, goodness. Oh, I did those 2 backwards. Oh, to hell with it. Nobody's going to notice. I am not taking them out. Life is too short. If somebody's going to be that critical, well, they'll just have to. They'll just have to get glad in the same pants they got mad in, right? All right. Well, I think that's going to be it for today. I don't know if you can see where I got it. I'm just going to pull you over here. So we got all that done and all that done. It's a little confettied, but it's more rivery. I like that part. I like that it's not every third one is something else. That drives me insane. I'm having that problem with the storm. It's pretty confettied. So I'm just doing one color at a time and working my way up. Oh gosh, hang on. I don't know if I got it right here or not. So I've gotten, get the needle out of there, just this much done, and I've only done 3 colors there. So I'm getting there to the words, which is awesome. That's what I wanted. I wanted to see if I could work on just this top part and get the words done. So that's all I was capable of this week. We haven't made a lot of progress on anything. Put that over there so it doesn't fall down again. Get the thread out of where it doesn't belong. All right, guys, if you like this video, oh goodness gracious, did I leave it? What did I do? Oh, here. I was looking for the crazy picture. There we go. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and please hit the bell. That way you'll know when my next video comes out. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you next time. God bless. Bye-bye. Keep stitching.